being given. That indicates that we are slowly progressing to address the problems of farmers in a various approaches. For example, as Dr. Shotri has shared, that we have formed communities. Initially, it used to be a common as a general voice message to all the farmers, but later when we formed the communities on crop-based communities or milk producers communities, then we started delivering more contents. So that means for each community there used to be additional 2 messages. So in this way we have started providing more contents to the farmers of Tamil Nadu. And here if you see the pie chart, you see almost 46 to 50% of the contents are on agriculture, because the program itself is for the farming community, and about 30% is on animal husbandry, which is the secondary source of income. Of course, nowadays the animal husbandry has taken a primary source of income rather than the agriculture. But then there is also an important area, because all the farmers also have a livestock. Then apart from that, we also give general information on government schemes, then the health, and then sometimes we also cover about the announcements of the government or the educational institutions and all. Because on a routine basis, if we are giving a voice or advisories on agriculture or livestock, then may not be appropriate. And at the same time, they are not engaged in farming for the whole of the year. There is a lean period right from February to onset of monsoon in June. So that means during that time, there is no point in giving any specific agricultural information. So where we can give other information which are primary to their family members. So as per Dr. Shotia's thinking or even the practice, the farmer, the voice message should be a tool for the whole of the family, not just a farmer alone, not just for the head of the family, but also should be useful for the whole family. Like the children also should get information, the wife also should get information. So on that context only the voice messages are prepared on a seasonal basis. And then the recording of these voice messages are very simple. Because we don't have a big studio or a big instruments to a mixer to do it, and all simple hand-holding recorders or a computer system is sufficient to record those things. And then here what is important is the subject specialist should be able to understand what is appropriate for that particular day and particular time of content development. So the recorder may be a technical person, but then the whole content has to be managed by the subject specialist. And then and after recording there is a need for editing because of the external noise if it is there, or some sort of a equalization of voice and all. So this requires some sort of editing of the whole file, audio file, before putting into the system for dissemination. Then as far as the short text message goes, these short text messages are mainly for disseminating quantified contents practices, which the farmers can refer later but cannot be remembered in the voice message. For example, if it is a weather-based advisory where there is going to be the quantification like the maximum temperature, minimum temperature, humidity, and the wind speed and all, which the farmer definitely will not be able to remember with the voice message. So in those or for example the market price of at least 4 or 5 varieties of paddy or different varieties of mango, then it is not too easy for the farmer to remember all this. So then in that context the short messages are handy for them to refer back and then take the decisions and all. So we have decided what is appropriate for the even some of the advisories like the particular pesticide application for a particular problem. Suppose if it has to be mixed in a concentration with so much of water and all. So all those things, if it is a much complicated, not even complicated, but more of a quantified one, then the short messages are more appropriate than the voice message. Then the weather data, what we provide in the short message doesn't contain only the data but also an advisory based on the temperature, humidity, and the winds, the existing situation. What the farmer should do for the next day, because all those weather data we get as a forecast, particularly rainfall we get as a forecast. So based on which what the farmer should do so that he can reduce the risk or control the damages, so that the losses are minimized actually. Same thing applies to the livestock, where most of the livestock problems are season based. Like the rainy season, winter season, summer season, those control measures are we'll have to think on those lines, and then appropriately we have to provide. Then if you see the pie chart, almost 42% of our the farmers, what they want is the market price information, then 46% of weather information. These are the primary information that they expect from in the short messages, whereas other things that goes during the lean period actually. Then the content dissemination design is one is, as I told you, the formation of communities, because we found that the community-wise information is much appropriate, and as well as the usage is much more, and also the impact also is much more here in terms of benefit and in terms of sharing with other co-farmers. Then the content dissemination time as per the choice of the farmers. We have customized. Of course, in the case of IKSL, it is not under our control, because the number of farmers are huge. So if we have to manage in their time, farmers' time, it is difficult to push all those contents according to their timings. Whereas in the case of district-wise information, we can as well have our own control of time, so that we can schedule the dissemination time, date and time in advance, so that those farmers who want between 7 and 9 in the morning, they get it in the morning, those times. Those who want in the evening time, they get it in the evening time. So those things can be managed when we have a small number of farmers, and also at the focused level of dissemination. Whereas in the case of fishermen, in the coastal villages, they prefer between 3 and 7. Why? Because in the morning, early morning, they go for fishing, they come back by morning 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, then they take rest, they have a food and all. So then they are free in the afternoon. So they prefer evening, afternoon time is convenient for them to either get the voice message or the short message, so that they, of course, for the fishermen, we are giving the forecast of the weather and potential fishing zone and the wave height and all, so that they can use it for the next day. So in that case, that is more appropriate for them to see when they are free actually. Even in the community for the group, the 3 messages goes as, because all the 5 cannot be given on a specific crop, because it is not that the problem is so huge, so intense. So 3 general messages will be there, and 2 are very specific to their crop problems actually. Then apart from the voice message and the short text message, we have it is what we call as a package approach to the support services. That means not just hearing the problems or the solutions, or not just getting the solutions through the short text messages, followed by a helpline where people can approach back, the farmers can approach back, and then get further the solutions or further clarifications or expert opinions, because the 1 minute, even less than 1 minute of the content may not be sufficient for them to completely understand and then practice it. So in that context, when the helpline that is created in MSRF Chennai,